Ext. Night, a foreboding forest. The camera slowly pans across a fog-laden forest. The trees sway ominously under the whisper of a chilling wind. The setting gives an eerie prelude to the stories about to unfold. Narrator. VO. History is a landscape written in blood and intrigue, shaped by the human proclivity for mystery and malignity. Tonight, we delve into the shadowy corridors of time to uncover crimes that remain unsolved. Sealed by the decay of centuries and shrouded in enigma, the scene shifts to an ancient parchment surface. Its edges charred, as if by fire, illuminated by candlelight. The document appears to hold secrets frozen in time. Narrator. VO. Our first case, from the winter of 1560, occurred within the opulent yet ominous confines of the Tower of London. Amy Robsart, a young English noblewoman, was found dead at the foot of a staircase. The official verdict: accidental death. Yet, for centuries, the whispers lingered, echoing with accusations of murder. The camera zooms in on a spectral image of Amy's lifeless figure, casting a haunting silhouette. Narrator. VO. Amy was the wife of Robert Dudley, a favored courtier of Queen Elizabeth I. Rumors swirled that Dudley sought to clear his matrimonial ties to pursue the affections of the Virgin Queen herself. But was Amy's demise a sinister ploy to remove an inconvenient wife, or a tragic misstep that spiraled into historical infamy? The scene transitions to an old anatomical illustration of human bones, overlaid with passages from Elizabethan forensic accounts. Narrator. VO. The investigation bore the hallmarks of the primitive science of its time. A rudimentary inquest relied on mere suppositions rather than firm evidence. Amy's skull, fractured, an eerie herald to modern forensic analysis, was never examined with the tools that contemporary science provides. Today, experts in forensic pathology might have unearthed subtle signs of foul play. Minute abrasions or microfractures invisible to 16th-century eyes. What truths died with Amy? Gilded by the passage of time and deception? The camera fades to black. A suspenseful music score lingers before cutting to the next scene. Int. A darkened library, the next case. An antiquarian opens a hefty, dust-covered tome, revealing the image of a tranquil waterway. The familiar Thames River of London. Narrator. VO. Travel forward to 1888. Another epoch defined by sensational crime. Within the labyrinthine alleys of Whitechapel dwells the specter of Jack the Ripper. By day, these streets teemed with bustling commerce. But by night, they transformed into a den of terror. The scene transitions, presenting flashes of chilling newspaper clippings and grainy photographs of the Ripper's victims. Narrator. VO. 5 women, mutilated beyond recognition, victims of a dark genius who evaded capture. Each victim was found eviscerated, organs meticulously removed as if by a surgeon. Could Jack have been a member of London's medical elite, obscured by the veneer of Victorian civility? The screen shifts to an illustration of 19th-century surgical instruments resting on a crimson-stained surface. Narrator. VO. Advancements in forensic science. DNA profiling, not even dreamt of in the 1800s, might have drawn out the shadows lurking behind the Ripper's blood-stained cloak. In 2019, a breakthrough emerged. DNA analysis of a shawl purportedly found near one of the victims. The results hinted at Aaron Kosminski, an early suspect, yet doubts remain over the artifact's provenance, leaving the Ripper to endure as an eternal enigma. The scene dissolves into a cloudy London skyline, the murmur of footsteps on damp cobblestones filling the soundscape. Ext. Moonlit coastline. Waves crash against a rocky outcrop. The year is 1920, and we find ourselves in the serene yet unsettling Cornish coast. Narrator. VO. The haunting allure of St. Ives is not untouched by the macabre. November 23, 1920. Witnessed the vanishing of one of literature's most enigmatic figures, Agatha Christie. Her disappearance ignited a nationwide hunt, sowing theories as wild and treacherous as the terrain she vanished from. Images of newspaper headlines and agitated search parties flood the screen. Narrator. VO. For 11 days, England was abandoned to wild speculation until she was discovered safe, albeit disoriented, in a Harrogate hotel. Divining the truth behind her bewildering flight remains a puzzle. Was it a calculated publicity stunt, a fugue state spawned by personal turmoil, or something more sinister, a carefully crafted narrative by the mistress of mystery herself? The camera pans over Christie's handwritten notes scripted into her novels, underscoring her affinity for psychological complexity. Narrator. VO. Modern psychiatry, laden with understanding of dissociative states, may provide insight, but without Annie Christie's definitive accounts, the narrative remains as elusive as her phantom during those 11 days. The view spirals upward, shooting through clouds to a nightscape filled with nameless stars. The music intensifies before plunging into darkness. Interior. A chilled, vast archives room. Technicians scrutinize folders of tattered documents. Another layer of history's murky depths. Narrator. VO. Our perpetual search for truth brings us to the unsolved enigma of the Black Dahlia, a name forever etched into the sinister annals of murder. January 15, 1947. Los Angeles. Elizabeth Short's bisected body, a macabre display that baffles investigators to this day. We see a stylized reenactment of detectives surrounding a crime scene, their faces obscured by shadow. Narrator. VO. The tableau was meticulously staged. No wounds marred the skin, save for the precise dissection that has led to theories of a skilled hand. The media frenzy that ensued effaced bare facts beneath layers of myth and conjecture. The scene shifts to snapshots of a glamorous yet tragic Elizabeth Short, her visage an emblem of Hollywood's haunting allure. Narrator. VO. Modern forensic techniques like rehydration of tissue or chemical analysis of hair strands might illuminate clues. Yet, no DNA, no clear leads surface from that infamy-riddled era, a relic left to linger in the eerie and enthralling dance of speculation. We hear an unsettling echo as the camera tracks down a vast, dim corridor filled with infinite possibilities. Ext. Historic cemetery, night. A fog-clad cemetery. Headstones barely emerging from the shadows. The backdrop whispers tales untold, of secrets taken to the grave. Narrator. VO. The persistent and unending echoes resonate through these silent stones. Mary Rogers. The beautiful cigar girl, last seen boarding a Hoboken ferry in the summer of 1841. Her body was later discovered along the Hudson River, a mystery immortalized by Edgar Allan Poe, considered a classic examination of urban legends. Her death reflects a murkiness shadowing America's burgeoning cities. Clues like letters and a battered cigar lay scattered across the grounds. Narrator. VO. Amidst conflicting eyewitness reports and theories ranging from gang violence to botched medical procedures, the truth sinks further into the sediment of history. Testing the theory of accidental knowledge now remains a task of gathering decayed particles and outdated accounts, fragile relics of a forgotten past. The camera gradually withdraws, leaving the viewer to ponder the eerie complexities that lie unspoken beneath the earth. Int. A curious museum lobby. A single image emerges, unseen and intricate. Narrator. VO. With each catastrophic choice that remains hidden beneath the shroud of time. The stories of these tormented souls persist beyond their graves. In an era where science uncovers truths from whispers of old parchments and echoes of the past, humanity remains bound, perpetually grasping at shadows within the enigmas of unsolved historical crimes. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a lingering sense of unease. Against the backdrop of chilling music, end credits roll. Fade out.